Hello, everybody, and welcome to Problem Solve Her. I'm your co-host Chloe, along with my girl
Dagmar.
Dagmar's in the house. Chloe's in the house.
Happy New Year.
It's 2026. Woo! All that means, guys, is that everyone will be a year older this year. Oliver George just had his birthday. My son just turned 2. My fluffy baby.
Birthday, Ollie.
We missed you at the party, Daggy. It was more like his bar mitzvah. It was amazing. And about 10 doggies came and they all got along really well. It was so awesome. And we had such a cool, fun time. So, guys, welcome to Problem Solve Her, a really fun, cool, innovative podcast where women and men come on and they share their stories and experiences and their independence and confidence, and we empower one another. Dagmar, what are we talking about today specifically?
Today we're talking about wanting more, but not knowing exactly what more is. And as I was reading it, here's my story to that. Watched a Hallmark romantic movie, and I think it's something like this. You want more, but you don't know what's out there, right? You just know this is not all what you want in your life. And so she was there looking for something what her deceased grandma gave her, was like a puzzle she had to do there, right? And so she's in this lounge, and she's an attorney in New York City, and she is very health conscious. And so she's in this lounge ordering, I think she ordered chicken with, and she said, could I have please chicken with steamed? And there is the meatloaf and mashed potato and gravy coming by, like passing by. And she looks at it and you can see something clicked in her. And I want that. And then the girl, we're not steaming meatloaf. And I want that. And then the girl said, okay, do you want it with salad? And we have great chowder. Like you have to try the chowder. And she try it. And you could see it was a shift in her. And she was not aware before that she wanted the meatloaf or was missing the meatloaf, right? But as soon as she saw it, she had the desire. And I think that's a lot of times we want more in our life, but we're not really sure. We don't have the vision. What is it? What we want more? But we feel like the life we're living is not all what can be out there for us, right? There has to be more for us out there. Do you have that too? That's not the meatloaf, but.
Well, I mean, listen, it's like the old phrase, the grass is always greener on the other side, right? Or when someone will say to me, like my neighbor said this morning, oh my God, your hair is so beautiful. It's so straight. She has really curly hair. I go, I'd love to have curly hair sometimes. Like, what? And what do you mean? But look at your hair is beautiful. Yeah, but yours, it's full and it's curly and it just looks fun. We're always, I think the problem is that we're always thinking of more and more and what if, and, you know, what else is there and what else is there and this looks better. And it's like the same in relationships or dating, and I feel like for men, especially, they're like, well, she's great, but what if there's someone greater?
Or
Or,
younger.
like, or younger, exactly. Or like, you ever been on a date? And this happens in movies. They show this in movies and TV shows all the time. You're on a date with a guy, you're in an amazing conversation, and a taller, younger, prettier girl walks by, and all of a sudden he's like, and you go, excuse me, hello, I'm right here. Oh, what? I'm sorry. It's like they're not even aware because their brains are wired to be like that. And it's always about wanting more. Could it be better? What am I missing? What don't I have? Instead of saying everything's exactly what it should be, right? And we're all here and we need to live in the moment. Living in the past, trying to live in the future. If you kind of stay where you are, then I think that you won't be feeling that as much. But I will say this, I'm the kind of person, I could never be I could never be an accountant or attorney at the same law firm for 25 years. I could never live in the same place. Like I have my friends that I grew up with from high school, they still live in the same town I grew up in, which is a fun town. It's on Long Island. It's outside of New York City. A lot of bars, restaurants, they're boating, it's on the water, they go to the Hamptons. But no gracias for me. You know, I've lived in a lot of different places and I've traveled a lot in my life. But some people, I feel like there's two types. It's they don't want change. They want to stay exactly in the zone. They don't want to challenge. They don't want to uproot. They don't want to stress out. Or there are the really adventurous type that's like always on the go and always doing and seeing and wanting more and just what's next and where are we going. So I don't think that either one is necessarily better than the other, but some people are just very happy and content with simplicity and consistency and just kind of staying where they're
I had to let that settle. The people who like consistency and the same life and staying where they're at. You don't think when they retire and they're still there, living still in the same house, in the same garden, just don't work anymore. They're not missing anything.
I mean, every individual is different. I don't want to that's why I said neither one is right or is wrong, but I know people that have never left the United States. They don't want a passport, they don't want to go overseas, they're the travel's too much. It's I feel like some people just kind of want to stay and float because they feel secure in where they are. I would hope that at some point, yes, if you're retired and you're looking around at your house and you're looking at the same garden every season goes by, you go, wait a second, you know what? Let me get out there a little bit. Let me see what else is out there. Let me see what else life has to offer. What do you think?
So I think too, wanting more but not knowing what it is. There's an internal, the ones who have it. And I agree with you, everybody's different. So the ones who have it and they don't know what it is, what helps me to find it is to leave my box and to leave my comfort zone. If I feel there is more, but I don't know what it is, like I would like to do something, but I'm not sure what would I like to do, dancing or hiking or painting, whatever. The best way I find is try it. And then you will figure out if you want more, what it is. Not just talk about it or dream about it or tell others about it.
That's the word I was looking for that I couldn't think of in the moment. Your comfort zone. Leaving your comfort zone for a lot of people is scary. Getting outside of that comfort zone, they're not really sure. I don't know where I got it from. Probably my dad because he's so adventurous and he has like a very teenage like mentality time. That's why he looks really good for his age and he's probably stays healthy and looks younger. Is that I'll go anywhere, I'll try anything. I'll just like I'm a, I will put me in a helicopter and throw me in a hoedown in Texas and some cowboy boots on me and I'll start line dancing. I'll figure it out. I was dating this guy for a short time, only a few months, and our parents knew each other. So that's why it was very different when I made this decision. I probably only knew him like 3 months and I moved to London. I uprooted my whole life. I was living in Jamaica. I just went out and I went to London.
You move from
Obviously, it didn't work
Jamaica
out.
to London.
It's a
That's
10-hour flight, 12 on the way back. Yeah.
but
It's
totally different
across the
culture.
Atlantic. Talk about across the pond. It's literally
So
straight across the Atlantic.
totally different culture, totally different lifestyle, totally different
Well,
environment.
remember though, Jamaica was a British colony until 1962. And so a lot of the culture and the way that the government is run and a lot of things have a lot of British flair to it still and a lot of even though Jamaicans speak patois, that's their language, everything they say is a derivative from the Brits. So if a British person was to think a woman is hot or she did something and he finds her to be like, wow, she's cool. They say, you know what, mate, I rate her. But a Jamaican can say, yo, Mauricio. So it's really, there's a lot of similarities and they use the same words. It's just, it's spoken differently. But I did that. I just got up and I went. I said, let's do this. So I think that we don't want we talked about this in the last episode. We don't want to chase. We're not about chasing things and constantly trying to fix, chasing and doing it. But I think it is nice, at least in your lifetime, to get outside your comfort zone and to do something you wouldn't normally do so that you're not always thinking of what's better or wanting more. Or, anyone could change their mind. I've been in restaurants. This is a true story and this is why I like menus that are not large menus. I like a smaller menu. It's like if I want to move, I'm going to look at three places. I'm not looking at 30. I want a new car. I go to three dealerships. I'm not getting in my head spun around. So when I go into a restaurant and there's a really large menu, I'm like, I read the first page and then I think I know what I want. And then my dad will go, "Well, you didn't see this on the last page." And I'm like, "Well, hold on a second." And then, like you said, it'll go by. I've already ordered. There have been times when I've already ordered and something goes by and I see what was that? Oh, that was the special. Change my orders. Do I have time? I've done that multiple times because in the moment, you're smelling all these different things when you're in the restaurant. It's like what we just had with Jeff before, like, and then you put a fan on, all of a sudden the aromas and the things, and you're like, well, hold on a second. However, I want to tell you something interesting. A chef last night on Instagram was saying that it's really important that when you go to a restaurant, do not order the special. The special usually means they're trying to get rid of something that they've had in the kitchen for a while and they've ordered too much of it. The fish special. And I'm like, I am never ordering a fish special again. And here you think it's the special. They only do this once in a blue moon. No, every time they have too much, they have to get rid of it.
Good to know, Chloe. And
Right.
now you
And
ruined
he also said
all the specials for everybody who's listening to us going to a
sorry,
restaurant.
guys, I hate to burst the bubble, but the fish special, also, he said that, and this is really important, is that he doesn't order salads anywhere unless he knows the chefs because people don't clean lettuce. And we don't want to get into it, but we all know bacteria and all that stuff is really important. So I'm like, all right, I'm not going out anymore. I'm just going to eat at home because I love the specials and I always order a salad every restaurant I go to, especially out for lunch. That's what you order is a salad. But I think it's really important in 2026. Can't believe we're already here. I remember 1998 when I was in college and I was having the time of my life. I wasn't chasing anything. I was doing anything. I was just living. I think that we need to stop and, as my mom would say, and smell the roses and take stock of what's in your life, how grateful you should be about your life, and not always be looking to see what's the next better and what am I missing and what don't I have, and kind of just feel content unless you have this real urge of something that you're missing in your life and you don't have, which is I'm kind of in that stage slightly when
Yeah.
it comes to
That's what you
relationships.
said. Relationships, where you
Yeah,
going with
it's
business.
weird. It's a weird time for relationships. I think it's also as people evolve and technology grows, it changes. I've always had a serious boyfriend, but in between, I always think it's important. I tell this to everybody take a break so that you can reset yourself and know what you want when you go into the next relationship. Dating today is, I don't have the word. I really don't, but it's like,
See
it's for the
tonight
birds,
that
man.
Chloe is about dating, modern
But
dating.
it's so different now. It's like the way that people do it. Now, guys are writing me on TikTok. I saw your videos. I think you're attractive. Are you single? I like how independent you are in your videos. I like that you say it like it is. Or people write you on Instagram, on the dating apps. And there's so many things. It's like, I want to go back to like a decade ago where I would just be in Whole Foods and guys would just come up. Hey, how are you? I met a doctor in his scrubs at Whole Foods. And I said, did you just get out of surgery? And he's like, as a matter of fact, I did. And I was like, well, you need to go home and scrub off. I don't know what you're doing in here in the organic section. And we started a conversation. We maybe dated for like a few months where you meet a guy in a plane, like in the movies, literally. I've met guys on planes. Um, at a party through a mutual friend. I mean, everything is so different now. Everything's online. Bleh. I'm old school, Dagmar. I want to go back to like landline telephones and waiting for a guy to call you. And if he really had a nice time,
You're getting old, Chloe. Is 2026 where you feel like
no, I think no, it's the men are getting, I'm sorry to say this, men, but you're becoming a little complacent. You're not exciting us anymore. When I was younger, I'm only going back like 10 years. If a guy had a great date, the next day he would call you and be like, I want to go out again, or text you and be like, I had an amazing time. When are you free again? Now it's games. It's all games. If he does it too soon, he looks like he's coming on too strong to you and he doesn't want to look like he's chasing you. So he's going to wait 3 to 5 days to contact you. And the woman should never contact first. There's too many games. Everyone should just be natural and organic, and whatever you're feeling in the moment, do it.
that's
I'm telling
too
you,
much?
Aggie, that's what's
That is
happening
too
today.
much for me. That's not what I want more. I don't want more difficulty or complication or overthinking or hiding or masking or whatever.
Well, then you should stay off the dating scene because it doesn't matter what age you are. This is what's going on. And if I see one more younger person, a 24-year-old guy on TikTok getting 500,000 likes, trying to tell women what they need to do to date a man, I want you to all come take a coaching class from me because you don't know, as we would say in Yiddish, bupkis about anything yet. You guys are still babies, just came out of your mother's womb. A 24-year-old knows nothing about dating. Zero, zip, zilch. And do you want to know? Do you want to know what 500,000 views Dagmar got him? Do you know what he said? If you do these 3 things, women, he said, I don't care what age you are. If you do these 3 things, you will lock the man in and he will fall in love with you. And I went, you know what? Let me just hear this for fun. I have a few minutes. You know, I'm getting ready to go, so I'm putting my makeup on. Let me put this on. And he says, after the date, text the man and say, please let me know when you're home so I know you're home safe. That
What?
is like, are you kidding me? That's like bare min. That's what we have to do, really? And then the next thing was, when you get off the plane, let me know that you landed. And then the third thing was, let me know when you're ready for me to cook you a home cooked meal. Now, that one, yes, because the way to a man's heart is his stomach. I'll give him that. But why in today's day and world are we that men are like that? I want to choose my words correctly here. The way to win a man over, first of all, you should not preempt anything. There should not be, okay, here's my list. I just had the date with him. Let me ask him to text me when he got home safely. Up, it's the third date. Time for me to cook for him. Everything should be natural and organic. And I think that I come from a very old school way of thinking in terms of men and women and relationships should be just be yourself. And if you guys jive and you both are on the same playing field. And what I mean by that is you're aligned, whether it's religiously, spiritually, goals, and you have similar interests and you have good communication. That should really be the start of it. There shouldn't be all these other things, people giving out all this advice, teenagers no less, about what men and what women should be doing today to try to land your dream man. Okay. Because texting him, did you land safely, is not going to make a guy fall in love with you. So I don't know where he got that idea from. Okay. I don't know, Dad.
I have nothing to add to that.
Exactly. Because can you believe you know why you have nothing to add? Because you're so blown away that you're speechless. But this is what's happening today. So, my best advice to any young woman out there, or woman in her 40s or 50s, or who's divorced, or who's single, or you're married and you want your man to give more. Men, all we're asking for is to be less predictable, a little bit more exciting, and put some effort into it. That's all I'm asking for. I'm not going to do all these preempted things or have to follow a rule book of what needs to be done from the time I meet a man. If I like a guy and we go out and he doesn't text me first the next day, but I'm feeling the vibe and we had a good time, I'll be like, hey, had a great time last night. Really enjoyed. Thanks again. Why not? I
Go for
what
it. Go, Chloe, go.
I mean, I'm not scared of rejection. That's what that's people this younger generation needs to get with. Do not be scared of rejection. If you can have the best time with somebody and go out and be like, oh my God, this guy is going to fall in love with me in like a week. And then he never calls you again. Oh, well, bye. That's just how men are.
Okay, coming back to the topic, wanting more if you're not
It
sure.
is part of wanting more.
You're not
Relationships is a
sure
huge part of wanting more.
what more. Okay, so now when you think about dating, so you brought up dating, wanting more but not sure what more in dating. So how important it is that you first define for yourself what you want in dating before you just go out and date there and just follow whatever you hear on TikTok or whatever,
I'm not
Instagram.
following anything. I'm following myself. I'm following whatever Oliver tells me to do. Actually,
Okay,
believe it or not, do you know who I take my dating advice from?
you're dead.
Yep. Yep.
How did I know?
I take my dating tips from my dad. Listen, in the beginning, there's always a little cat and mouse game, which is fine, but it's just there's too many things today. But your question is a great question. It's about figuring out before you go back out into the dating pool, into the big sea in the Atlantic Ocean, all these fishes going around. There's sharks in there, there's dolphins, there's whales, there's all kinds of stuff out there. Know in your mind what you're looking for beforehand, because then you're not wanting more, looking for more. Do I need this? You're out with the guy and you turn your head at the restaurant and go, well, hold on a second. That's more my type. And then you want to get up and go to the bathroom and go talk to him while you're on a date with somebody else.
What you just said, for me, the most important thing is about if you want more, but you're not sure what you want more, not to pressure
Right. That's
yourself.
the whole thing. What do you want more of? What are you
Right,
missing? What are you seeking
right,
so bad?
right. So not to pressure yourself, if it's like dating, not to pressure yourself to go into a relationship, but to date somebody because you want something, but you don't know what you want. So,
Well, I
so
mean,
first,
it depends on what your intentions are, right? I
right.
want a lifetime partner. I want to maybe potentially get married. I don't have to, but I want a lifetime partner. Some people are just looking for something casual. Any relationship I would get into now, I would move very slowly after being in such a very long-term relationship. So, everyone moves at their own pace. But if you meet, this is what I truly think. If people meet at the right time, it's serendipity. It's their moment, then it's meant to be. If one person is too distracted because they're not getting over another person, or the other person wants to date multiple people, but they're telling you they only want to date you, or, it has to be in sync in that exact moment. Those are the relationships that work.
Yeah. So my one message to that topic, wanting more but not sure what it is, trust your gut. Listen to your nervous system. How does it feel when you are in the situations where you hope or expect to get out more and you're not sure what more is? So then listen to your gut, trust your nervous system. When it doesn't feel good, it's not.
I love that. Intuition, same thing. It goes hand in hand with your gut. I trust my intuition, but sometimes I push it to the side and I go, no, let me give it. Nope. You are always right. Women, trust your intuition, trust your gut. If you believe in yourself and you're feeling something, you have to go with it. Do not convince yourself otherwise.
I would do exactly what I said. Trust your gut. How does it feel to you? Does it make sense to you or not? If it doesn't make sense to you, don't do it. Just because somebody says it, you don't have to do it.
Absolutely. And and never force anything. If something doesn't feel right, just don't do it. You have to believe in yourself to know when the right gentleman or lady comes around that you will know. There's nothing happens in life about forcing or always wanting more or seeing or doing. I could all of a sudden start making dinner, which I'm going to do very shortly, and go, you know what? I don't even want this now. And start putting stuff back in the fridge and pull something out
I have
like the
that
woman in
too.
the restaurant. I think it also comes with sometimes we can be a little indecisive or we're like challenging in a moment, or it depends on your mood. But we love you and we hear you, we see you, and we want everyone to have a fabulous 2026.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year. ProblemSolvHer.com, no Eon Solve, Instagram, TikTok, Apple, Spotify, YouTube. We're everywhere you are. Peace and love.
Bye.
Love you, Daggy.
Just a quick note before we end. This conversation is for inspiration and empowerment only. It's not medical, mental health, or legal advice. We are not doctors, therapists, or lawyers, just women sharing real stories and personal truth. Always seek professional guidance for your unique situation.